Hi, Andrew Hicks, Team Truly Unique. I'm a promoter in the Richmond, Virginia area. I'm going to do an in the bag because my bag has changed as the year has gone on, and it's time that I show it off a little bit. So let's look. Instead of the soldier bag that I was using at the beginning of the season, I'm now using a Dynamic Disc Ranger bag in the Blizzard White. Look, Truly Unique patch there. Yep, look it, nice and pretty. That's about the only thing that's white on my bag anymore. That's the only downfall I can see of this bag. Otherwise, I really like it. The size is good. Plenty of storage up top. Many pockets, pencil pockets, just plenty of room for everything that I carry. So that's the bag. Let's see what we've got in the bag. We'll start with putters. That's also a problem. It's a little tight. Not bad. Putters, I carry 2 soft judges. Pretty. They're both 174, and they are both Truly Unique stamped. That was one of the first runs of stamps that we got done. Derek made sure I got my soft judges. That's awesome, because I really like soft judges for putting. Go into the bag, and we'll start with the slower end and move up to the drivers. For approach shots, I like to use, if it's not too far away and I need a hyzer, I'll go with my Zero Line Cenis. Really like this disc. Overstable, it's soft, it's flexible, it sits when it lands next to especially a fast green or on a hill. It just kind of stays there. Really good. That's Zoe. You can see her in the background. Hi, Bear. She's a little over a year old now. She's a good girl. I like my fluid judge for upshots if it's not quite as necessary for a hyzer or not as fast of a green, and I can just get it up and slide it to the basket with relative ease just because I know what the judge is going to do. It just kind of does what I want. A little bit of fade at the end, but not much. I also carry a Suspect. Yeah, Suspect in the Moonshine. This was from a tournament this year. A lot of fun. Really like this. It's not quite as stable as the Cenis, so I can get it out a little bit further, and still very reliable when I do throw it. Then next we have a Claymore. At first I didn't like the Claymores, and I really didn't know what to do with them, and then I picked this one up, and I didn't like it, and I didn't know what to do with it, but then I've started playing with it, and just for dead straight shots, this is amazing, and I like the stamp a lot, so I had to keep it in my bag. My favorite mid-range and the most grabbed out of my bag is my Fluid Truth. I have this in almost every plastic except Prime, and that's just because I don't like the feel of the Prime plastic. Each their own. I love the Truth. I can get it to go dead straight. I can get it to go hyzer. I can get it to anhyzer and then come back. I can get it to anhyzer and stay. It's just probably the most versatile mid-range that I've ever thrown. My overstable complement to that is my brand new Truly Unique limited edition Verdict. I love the Verdict, and I had to have this one when it came out, just because I love the stamp and gotta represent Truly Unique because they're awesome. The Verdict is just a slightly bit more overstable than the Truth for me. I can get it a little bit farther because I can put a little bit more power behind it. Not much, because I don't have a whole lot of power, as evidenced by the rest of my bag, and you'll see that in a second. So it's really a good disc for me. It's not quite as overstable as the Cenis, but I can do with it what I need. We'll go into fairway drivers now. I carry a few of those. See, a few. Starting with my Moonshine Finish Stamp Underworld Manala. Really like this, especially for uphill shots or shots that are low ceiling. I can just put it on a hyzer, let it flip up to flat, throw it flat, let it anhyzer, or just turn on its own. Really good disc for those kind of situations. Or if my flick is really off that day and I don't want to adjust, I can still throw a backhand with it and get it to turn right. I am a right-handed backhand player for the most part, so that makes sense. My next disc is my flag stamp Truly Unique River. Haven't really gotten to throw this one much. I do like the River. It's just got the glide forever, so I can get it just about as far as anything. And with the understability of it, I can control it really well through the woods that are my favorite courses, and just I like it a lot. Next up, and we're gonna keep up the theme here, Truly Unique Mall. This is another disc. At first, I wasn't sure what it was going to do. I haven't thrown this particular one yet, but my last mall that I had seemed a bit more stable than advertised, which I actually kind of liked, because I could put a little more power on it and get it to just go dead straight, or take a little bit off and have it fade at the end. I used to carry a Thief. I pulled the Thief out to try them all out. I think that they're going to be pretty similar for my arm. I don't know yet, but I'm going to give it a shot, see how it does. One of my favorite discs as far as fairway drivers is the Goldline Saint. I love this disc. This one is kind of beat up, but it still has just a very predictable fade at the end. Not too much like the Saint Pro. Just a nice, longer, dead straight disc. I used to carry an Escape, and then I would go back and forth between the Escape and the Saint, and I just kind of got stuck on the Saint, and I really like the way that it flies for me. I really like the way that it feels in my hand. I can just know what it's going to do every time I throw it, which is very helpful when you're not the best player in the world and you don't have perfect control of your discs. That's me. My next disc is my VIP Hatchet. This is my more understable complement to my Saint. They kind of feel the same in the hand, not quite, but very similar. The VIP plastic I really like. It's more flexible while still maintaining its form. This disc I'll throw on a hyzer and just let it flip up to flat and fly forever. I can get some of my best distance out of my Hatchet, but I can also control it, so if I throw it flat, it'll turn right for me and just go where I need it to go, and then fade back at the end, which is really helpful. Next in the bag is a Felon. I've just started working with this again. I had taken it out because I didn't like it, and then I put it back, and I'm really starting to like the way that it works. It's lucid. Most of my discs are going to be light, so 168 to 170 in that area. All of them. The Felon is more stable than the Saint, obviously. I can use it for flicks. I can use it for backhands where I need to go left. Really like the Felon a lot. That's the wrong spot. And then we'll work into our drivers. My drivers, not yours, mine. Have my Team Stamp Renegade. And this is actually the Team Stamp because it's up in the corner instead of down here in this corner. Team Stamp Renegade. This is probably one of my longer discs that I carry, just because I know how I need to release it. This one is a little newer, so it's still a little bit more stable than some of my older beat-up ones, but I really like the way this one feels and flies. It's a little lighter, too, so it works really well for me. I can throw it flat, watch it fade to the right a little bit, but come back, or I can put hyzer on it and just know that it's going to keep the hyzer the entire way. My next disc, probably one of my favorite distance drivers, is my Sword. And yes, I know most people don't consider the Sword a distance driver because they have ridiculously big arms. This is in VIP. Most of my stuff is in VIP, Opto or Lucid. I just like the feel of that plastic. And I really loved this stamp when I got it, the Kelvin Miaka. Sorry, I butchered the finish there. I'm American. I'm horrible. But I really liked the finish stamp and the stamp. It's just pretty. I flick this. I backhand this. This is probably one of my more grabbed discs in my bag. This, the Saint, and the Thief. Before I get to my Judges to putt, these are the or it's not Thief. Truth. Starts with a T. Same company. So, you know. The Truth are my three most grabbed discs in my bag. Because I just know what to do with them. Those are the ones that I grab the most and the most comfortable I feel with them. Next up is my Frost Havoc. It's a very pretty disc. I've actually started getting much better distance with this than I had at first, and I think that's just because I practiced my form. You can't really see. There we go. Ooh, so pretty. There it is. Havoc. I think it's because I got my form a little bit better, and I'm actually getting better snaps, so I'm actually able to turn the Havoc to the right a little bit and have it come back. It's starting to actually get more distance with this than my my Renegade, which is, I suppose, what it's supposed to do. So that's good. I really like the feel of the frost plastic. It reminds me of the Lucid, but with more flexibility. And I actually kind of like that in the summer, but especially in the wintertime when I know that if I hit the tree that's right off the T-pad, and I'm most likely going to hit the tree that's right off the T-pad, it's not going to hurt the disc too much. So that's good for me. Really good. And my next disc, my last disc in here, is a Goldline Halo. I just got this. Thanks, Billy. That's awesome. We had a trade, and so I asked for a Halo, and this came in, and it's even more beautiful in person than I thought it was going to be in the picture that he sent me. So that's amazing. I have a Halo before and ended up losing it somewhere. So this is a disc that I like to use for flick shots, forehand, or a backhand that I need to go left, because I don't have a whole lot of arm strength, so arm power. So it doesn't really turn over for me much. But I like the way that I can control it on a flick, put a little bit of hyzer, and really put some force behind it, and it will snap up a little bit, fade to the right, and then or fade to the left, and then turn back. Go back to the right. You know, the terminology's off, but you know what I mean. That's Jack. He's the pug. You saw Zoe, now you see Jack. Hi. Neither of the dogs play disc golf, but I would love to get them out on the course with me. Let's look at my minis, because I've got two really awesome ones. I've got a metal mini that was a gift from a friend last Christmas. Dan hooked me up with a nice metal mini. It's the Dynamic Discs Skull and Crossbones. Just really, really cool disc mini. And then, of course, the truly unique zombified mini Judge that we got when I got our verdicts, and not verdicts. Yeah, we got discs, and it has that on there. My disc is hanging at my office. I can't actually legally take a picture of my office, but just know that it's hanging there. So, Derek, thank you so much for putting me on the team. This is my bag. This is what's in my bag. Look forward to seeing everybody on the course.